If you're thinking about selling your home in Huntley this year, there's something happening right now that most homeowners don't see at first. And it's not that homes aren't selling.
They are. But what's changed is how home buyers are making decisions. Some homes aren't even getting the chance to be negotiated anymore. They're just being passed over completely.
And when that happens, it quietly costs sellers their leverage before they even realize it.
Now, on the surface, Huntley still looks like a strong market. Homes are selling, prices are holding, and inventory is still relatively tight compared to what we've seen historically.
And if you look at nearby areas like Crystal Lake or even parts of Algonquin, you'll see a very similar pattern. So from a distance, it still feels like a seller's market.
But underneath that, something has shifted. Buyers haven't disappeared. They've just become more selective.
They're taking more time comparing more options and being much more intentional about what they choose. So the question isn't, will my home sell?
It's, will my home be one buyers choose or one they quietly pass over?
And here's the part that matters most right now in Huntley. Buyers aren't negotiating on homes that feel off. They are skipping them entirely.
A few years ago, if a home needed updates or felt slightly overpriced, buyers would still engage. They'd write up an offer, ask for concessions, and try to make it work.
That's not what's happening today. Today, buyers are much more aware of their monthly payment, much more cautious about taking on projects, and much more aware of their options.
So instead of negotiating, they move on to the next home that feels more aligned.
And from a seller's perspective, that can feel confusing. You might still get showings, you might still get activities, but no offers.
And it's easy to think maybe we just need more time. But in today's market, that's usually not the case.
No, it's not. The market has already given you feedback. And that feedback is telling you how your home is being perceived. Out of curiosity, are you thinking about selling soon?
Or just starting to explore? Let's make this real for Huntley. We've seen homes come on the market, get a solid number of showings early on, and then nothing happens.
No offers, no real movement, and the assumption becomes that buyers must be slowing down.
But usually it's not what's happening. What's actually happening is buyers are using that home as a comparison point.
They walk through it, take notes of what feels off. Maybe it's the price, the condition, or even just how the home shows. And then they go look at the next one.
And when they find a home that feels right, that's the one they act on.
So your home becomes part of the decision process, but not the decision.
And we're seeing this not just in Huntley, but also in Crystal Lake and Algonquin. Homes that are well prepared and well positioned are still moving.
And they're moving quickly. But homes that are even slightly off, they're getting filtered out quietly and quickly. So what does this mean if you're thinking about selling in Huntley? The first thing is you have to think like a buyer, not a seller.
Buyers today are asking, does this home feel worth the monthly payment I'm committing to? Not, what did this sell for last year?
And that's a big shift because your competition isn't just the house down the street anymore.
It's every option a buyer is considering, and even the option of waiting. Second, preparation matters more than ever. There's still this belief that low inventory means buyers will take what they can get.
No, that's not the case anymore. That's not what we're seeing. Buyers are willing to wait, and they're willing to pass if something doesn't feel right.
So condition, updates, presentation, even how your home looks online, all of that plays a role in whether buyers engage or move on.
A major role, because your first showing now happens before anyone steps inside your home. And third, how your home is positioned in the first 7 to 14 days is critical.
That's where you either build momentum or lose leverage.
If your home feels aligned right away, price, condition, presentation, buyers respond.
If it doesn't, they move on. And once that happens, it's very difficult to reverse.
Very difficult, if not impossible, because now you're no longer the new opportunity. You're the home buyers already passed on.
So if you're thinking about selling in Huntley, this isn't about timing the market perfectly.
And it's not about guessing what buyers might do. It's about understanding how your home will be seen before it's even on the market.
That's where a simple plan makes all the difference. Not pressure, just clarity.
Clarity around how your home will be positioned, what buyers are going to notice, and how to avoid being one of the homes that gets skipped.
If that would be helpful, you can always start with a plan.
Because in today's market, homes are still selling,
But not all homes are being chosen.
and understanding that difference
Is what protects your leverage.